This meeting is no longer being recorded.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Well, sir. Mic testing issue with that. Mic test, sir. Audio test करके 1 by 1. Give out 2 minutes for test करके one of you are exactly missed start.
All of you.
Darren sir, can you hear us?
Yes, sir. I can hear you, sir.
Sir, I think all the panelists kindly
This
check your
meeting is being
mic,
recorded.
whether it audible you are in.
Yes, it's audible, sir.
It is God. Sir, Razak,
Yes, sir. Audible.
audible. Okay. It's Sir Atish Chavan.
Yeah, am I audible, sir?
We can hear you. Dr. Sriram.
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Dr. Mohan is here. Razak. Mr. Manoj.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Manoj.
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Your voice is little big. Please keep your mic little
Okay, I will
closer.
adjust, sir. I
Thank
will
you.
adjust. Yeah.
Mr. Abdul Barab. Mr. Wahab,
म्यूट में है वहाब साहब, म्यूट अनम्यूट कर लीजिए।
Mr. Wahab,
So Wahab sir is inside, sir. He's there in the panel. I can see his name there, but somehow he's not responding back.
I think he's muted. Let me just call Wahab.
Mr. Wahab, can you confirm your participation? Thank you very much.
He may have gone. He may have. Sir, he is not picking up. Maybe he may have gone for the prayers. Sir, he's not picking up, sir.
Anyway, sir, we can start, sir. The session is getting recorded. It is starting from 1 p.m. to 2:15 p.m. For panel discussion, and 45 minutes for 2 rounds of question answer from the moderator, and another 30 minutes allotted for the active participant to ask questions. So I'm the moderator. I'm the executive director, Council for Leather Exports. Along with us, our joint secretary, Mr. Srinivas from DPIIT, has joined today's proceeding. So good afternoon to all of you. Thank you very much for joining. On behalf of footwear and leather industry, wholeheartedly we thank Honorable Prime Minister of India for his wonderful guidance and support for this leather and footwear sector. We also take this opportunity to thank our Honorable Finance Minister, Honorable Commerce and Industry Minister, Honorable MSME Minister for their support to this industry. We also thank Secretary Department of Commerce, Secretary DPIIT, and Secretary MSME, and other joint secretaries and other members of the government for supporting this industry in a very, very big way. Thank you very much for joining today's panel discussion. It is a breakout session 3. It is strategies and measures for footwear and leather sector. If you recollect, if you've gone through this budget announcement in the last this year budget, there is para 33 and 34 directly talks about this sector. The para 33 talks about labor intensive sectors, which is pointed out by Honorable Prime Minister also right now. So para 34 talks the budget announcement says like that: to enhance the productivity, quality, and competitiveness of India's footwear and leather sector, a focused product scheme will be implemented. The scheme will support design capacity, component manufacturing, and machinery required for production of non-leather quality footwear, besides the support for leather and footwear products. The scheme is expected to facilitate employment for 22 lakh persons, generate turnover of 4 lakh crore, and exports over 1.1 lakh crore. To promote employment and entrepreneurship opportunities in labor-intensive sector, our government will undertake specific policies and facilitation measures. In addition to that, the budget also reduces the basic custom duty from 10% to nil on wet blue of leather import, and also the export duty on crust has been reduced 20 to 0%. With this small introduction about the budget announcement, we are going for strategies and measures for footwear and leather sector. So the current turnover of the industry, as you all know, it is around 24 billion. 19 billion is our domestic production, and 5 billion is our export. And we employ currently 4.4 million people across India. So we need to double our target, our employment generation and export and domestic turnover, we need to double by 2030. That is the target given to us by Government of India. With this small introduction, I will start today's meeting. So, there are 8 panelists in this discussion. Today we start with Sri Rajendra Kumar Jalan. He is a chemical engineer in the background, is known for this in the sector last 47 years. He is working in the sector for last 47 years. He is committed for sustainability and innovation, and he is providing leadership for the council. Also, the same term he is heading the council right now. He has been the member of FDDI, CFTA, CLRI also. He is a #1 exporter from India in cowboy boots to USA. With this small introduction, the first question, sir. Keeping that focused product scheme, that is the objective of this NDS discussion. And based on the discussion, we are going to give the policy support measures, policy suggestions to Government of India. Keeping that view, the first question to you, sir. What are the challenges that need to be addressed to make India a global footwear manufacturing hub? Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Selvam, and respected JS, sir. Sir, I think half the battle is won when Prime Minister announced that leather and footwear sector is in the focus sector. In his speech, in the address just concluded, he said, well, this leather and footwear has a special place in the development of the country, or to take this industry forward. So I think I have no words to thank Honorable Prime Minister for recognizing this sector. Sir, as you said, I would also like to take this opportunity of thanking Honorable CIM, Honorable FM, and Minister MSME Minister, and also the team DPIIT and the DOC, who have worked tirelessly to get this sector up and running once again. Because whatever the announcements have been made in this budget, that's going to be eventually change the face of this sector in the very short time. Sir, coming to your question, we all know the current geopolitical situation gives India a huge opportunity to evolve into a global hub for footwear, leather, and leather goods. When I'm saying footwear, leather goods, includes all leather and non-leather as well. Friends, India has established itself as a factory to the world. As such, the brands world over are looking to move from their present manufacturing bases of China, Vietnam, Indonesia, etc., and position themselves in a stable manufacturing environment, that is India being the only viable propositions to brands, because it's not only offers a stable manufacturing base, but an emerging consumer market due to its young demography and a very young employable workforce, comparing to China at 50, Vietnam at 45, and Indonesia, I'm told, at 40. So that's a huge advantage what we have. Our employable age is around, young population is only 29.5 years of age. I need everybody's support and help to take this industry forward, to attract the foreign direct investments by telling the huge dividends or which huge advantages what we have vis-a-vis other countries. And let's do this and become a major footwear destination for the world. Sir, one thing I would like to point out with my experience, that so far our focus has been primarily on the men's footwear and not the special kinds of footwear. We should look to develop women's footwear, children's footwear, and non-leather footwear. And women's and children itself constitutes about 67% of the world's total consumption. Besides non-leather footwear, which is now in thing, and everybody is talking about non-leather footwear because of its comfort, and the young generation is all going forward for this non-leather footwear. I believe in order to make India a global footwear manufacturing hub, we need to focus towards development of complete ecosystem of components, allied products, machines in existing and upcoming clusters. Work towards carbon neutrality and circular economy. Market brand Bharat aggressively. Encourage foreign direct investments, joint ventures in this sector to this our new India. A focus product scheme, as ED sir has said, Mr. Selvam, announced in the Para 34, will be a game changer in achieving this goal. Thank you very much. That's for me at this time, and we will take it forward as it goes, sir. Thank you.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर, हमने अच्छा बताया that it has come to the knowledge of Honorable Prime Minister of India also. So that itself a told that is half of the work already done. आपने बताया सर ये तो FDI का ध्यान देना है, जॉइंट वेंचर एंड ऑल्सो कॉम्पोनेंट्स का भी कॉम्पोनेंट इकोसिस्टम का भी ध्यान देना है. Sir, in addition to that, you want to utilize the India's demographic dividend. That means directly you want to say that our employment generation of this sector is very high, if I understand rightly. So, sir, in addition to that, before going to the next person, I would like to ask one more question, sir. हमारा long term vision क्या होना चाहिए, sir? What should be our long term vision?
Sir, as the Honorable has said in her budget speech, the near-term vision is 400 lakh crores or around $50 billion. I'm talking in totality. But I have just worked out, means we are all talking about 2047. 2047 की सर अगर बात करें, तो as per my calculation, sir, जो it should be around $165 billion. We should be at $165 billion. Because, and I have worked out that this industry means globally will have a CAGR of almost 4 to 5%. And India will have a share of almost 25% in this, the whole $675 billion which come. So we should be close to around 165, 170 billions. But as far as footwear is concerned, I think we should hit 25% of the world's total market share. We should be around 25% of total market share. You just mentioned about the employability. I believe, as an announcement was made in the budget, in next 4 or 5 years, we should employ another 2.2 million people. And over time, sir, we should have around 10 million people, extra 10 million people in this industry working for us. And that's going to happen very fast because of the changes in the geopolitical situation. So that will happen very fast, sir. Thank you.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद sir. You are giving very high figure. It's really music to the ears. Generating additional 10 million jobs in coming years is really good for the industry, sir. Thank you very much, sir. So next, I'm going to the next panelist is Dr. N. Mohan. He's a physics graduate from Madras University, and he joined us. Right now, he's working as director and CEO of footwear business in KICL, that is Kothari Industries Corporation Limited, where he's creating a world-class footwear factories. He is CEO. Earlier, he was CEO of Clocks in Reliance and Future Group also, and he also worked in aerosols in Europe. He has the ability to transform the business. He also completed PhD in competitive marketing strategy and also MBA in marketing. So looking at his diverse background, and we are talking right now about focus product scheme. Dr. Morgan, the question goes to you. What should be the components of focus product scheme for the growth and development of Indian footwear and leather industry?
Firstly, I welcome the initiative that where, as the Honorable Prime Minister rightly said, it's a labor-intensive industry. footwear and accessories. And as you rightly pointed out, what should be the enablers? What will be the enablers which will deliver this kind of period which we have created for us? What part of the focus product scheme? To my mind, what comes in is the main focus has to be on the component industry. We should kind of do everything possible to create the 3M ecosystem, meaning the materials, machines, and the mold ecosystem to start with. And I would recommend that since these are some of them are really capital intensive, I would look at, in fact, establishing world-class plug-and-play infrastructure. That's something which should be part of this scheme where the investments can come in. People can just roll in and start the manufacturing. Also, while you're doing this creation of the new clusters, I would strongly recommend look at the existing clusters. We have 6 clusters today in the country. Look at the existing clusters and look at what are the gaps there? How we can support the existing clusters now in terms of design development or a trade fair facility or a design or a all the testing facility. That's one thing which I would like to look at it in the product focus scheme. This, normally we need to learn from the adjacent industries. That helps really to improve our industry. One of the things is the example followed in the auto industry, especially this, the development of machinery from the perspective of developing the machinery. You can kind of look at incentivizing completely long-term kits, CKD kits. To start with, the machinery manufacturers can using the CKD route and eventually develop the parts in India. That's something, which the auto industry has been successfully doing in this country. So that is something which we should consider. The last thing which I would like to kind of mention to you is promote brand Bharat. It's something which we have to consciously take an effort. And we should present ourselves differently in the international press, completely different. And we should present a new energy, like the Honorable Prime Minister in his speech said, new confidence. That's what I caught, the new confidence. That's what he mentioned, the word new confidence. That should be saying, we should, in the way we present ourselves, the way we display our products and everything, we should have that vibration of new confidence. And manufacturing and exports, these are the 2 pillars, and everything has to be kind of towards increasing the manufacturing and exports of this time. The last is there are certain things which I would say that are happening in the market, in the world market, like I mentioned in the previous forum also about the footprint, and many of the brands are now telling what are the CO2 emissions of the brand. Or every shoe produced, A6 is one example. Like that, all the other global brands are also eventually doing it. So that we should kind of look at how we can support the sustainability. Number one, creating the awareness of sustainability. Number 2, supporting the manufacturers, handholding them, how we can kind of evolve. And third is, of course, how we can kind of continuously offer them support in terms of innovation, in terms of product and services. These are the elements which I thought, to summarize, number 1, please focus a lot on the component industry, look at CKD route on the machines, especially look at creating the mold system here in India. Materials, get the legislation together, the raw material is the industry, basically the microfiber and the PU. Technical textile much because if you look at it, almost 85% of the global consumption today is along with the footwear industry. So these are some of the things we have to bring in, and the scheme should kind of reflect these levers, which will help us to kind of develop the vision. So I would like to conclude. Thank you very much again for giving the opportunity. I would like to thank the genius for.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mohan. I think you have exhaustively covered the entire all the components. What all the new sub-schemes should be included in the focus product scheme. Thank you very much for your exhaustive reply. So then I'll go to next our panelist is we can say CLR is a backbone for our leather and footwear industry. It has been really brought so much revolution in our industrial growth and development. Now it is headed by Dr. Sriram. He is having more than a decade of experience in CLR itself. He is an outstanding professor and a postdoctoral research fellow in nanobiotechnology from Oklahoma University. Distinguished leader in leather research. He is known for his innovative works and eventually and environmental friendly chemicals development and sustainability also. He is a role model and inspiration for young students in this CLRI. So he joined today as an eminent panelist. Dr. K. Sriram, we are talking about focus product scheme. So how do you think, how should this scheme support sustainability and innovation parameters in this sector?
Thank you, sir, for having me in the panel. Let me first emphasize that, when we talk about sustainability, let us not just talk about environment, let us also talk about the economic viability of whatever we do environmentally, and also the social acceptability component. So the first thing that I would like the scheme to support is the 3-0 concept, which I would like to say, which means zero liquid, zero solid, and zero gas emissions. Now, in the tannery sector, we talk about zero liquid for quite some time now. But whether you take the tannery sector or the footwear sector, we have the solid waste to be handled. And when we talk about the non-leather footwear, we have to handle the gaseous emissions also. So we need some kind of real support to handle all these emissions. And some of these waste, the solid waste in particular, has to be converted into value-added chemicals and flowed back into our industry itself. And this would require a lot of capex coming in to recycle within the industry or within the new clusters that we are planning. And therefore, that support needs to come in. And one of those areas where the industry would really want is the investment on green energy, so that the running cost of these recycling systems or waste management systems would come down. So green energy needs to be supported. The zeros needs to be supported on one side. Coming to the economic viability, which is more of the innovation component, which we have all been talking about. Today, we are talking about more of smart footwear and those kind of things. There are technologies available, sir, both in India and abroad. There's a lot of IP living there, but how much of them can we translate to industrial practice? I think we need to have a system. The scheme needs to support those innovations which are sitting in the labs, and how do we translate them to the industry? That bridge that valley of technology death. That is the valley which we need to support, not creation of new and new technologies. I think there we would be able to do something through the scheme. That's something which I'm looking at. Coming to the economic viability, sir, I think the value addition would come the moment we say that our industry is sustainable. When we talk about the sustainability part, we need to showcase ourselves as someone who can produce it in a very friendly manner. This would mean that we get the cheap raw material, try to make the final product in India, which would then mean industrial scale demonstrations. We may have to fine tune the Western technologies or other technologies to India. And this is where the industrial parks should have some facilities, common facilities where we can upgrade. Last but not the least, sir, the thing which I would like to also address is that it was spoken about. I think we need a national look into the carbon, energy, and water footprint. We should understand where our entire industry is. There might be someone who is doing excellently well, maybe better than the global benchmarks, but we may also have people who are very, very low in the level. And how do we give separate focus to each one of these people and convert them into a nationally benchmark? Because we are talking about brand Bharat. Automatically, we want everyone to be maintaining the levels high. We don't want one small people to be told that we are not doing it great. So let us look at it from these points of view. I think we were all talking about what next after 2047. I think we should have a commitment from our industry that we will go to neutral carbon footprinting, 50% plus reduction in energy and water footprint, and keep our marks very, very high so that nobody can question us where we are. I think we should set the goals for the future so that everybody would come to our country and buy their material. Thank you very much, sir. Sir, you are muted, sir.
Dr. Sriram, can you hear me?
Yeah, please. Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's all a very new thoughts and new insights आपने बताया. Actually 3-0, that is also very new concept. Zero liquid, zero solid, zero gas. And also you spoke about not only environmental sustainability, also spoke about economical sustainability. That is also very, very important for this industry is concerned, because 98% of this industry falls under MSME category. That is very, very important issue you highlighted. And also carbon footprint also you highlighted a very interesting points to take a lead from this industry. So in addition to that, I would propose one more question to you. That is, what needs to be done for this sector, especially in R&D initiative and quality upgradation in footwear and other sectors, especially quality upgradation?
Sir, the quality upgradation part, I think what we need to do is to create a database of the material that our industry is working with. To me, the quality has been more of an ignorance or not knowing what to buy while you put it onto your product. So if we can create a library of materials whose quality is known, automatically the end product quality is assured. So this is something which I think nationally we may have to work with the industry, create a library of materials which are meeting the international standards, if I may say. If we can do that, then it will be a guidance. And I think we should also go to the industry, do some roadshows of what material they should use in their products, many of which I think is not doing well because of ignorance, especially in our lower end cottage or those kind of industry. So I think if we can do that, quality assurance will automatically come in.
Thank you very much, Doctor. It's really a wonderful idea you have given that anyway. Most probably we'll come back to you then how to generate this quality database also. Most probably you can take the lead also in future. Thank you very much. So the next eminent panelist who proved his capabilities in the field is Mr. Mr. Razak. He's an MBA graduate from PSG College of Technology. He's MD, currently is a MD VKC Group. He's taken the domestic production to the new heights and rolled out very innovative ideas and design. And he is manufacturing 3 lakh pairs per day. That is very amazing figures to know about it. And he is also known for his honest pricing. That is what he stands in the top among the domestic manufacturing industries. So, Mr. Razak, we are discussing about the focus product scheme. So, I would like to know from your side, how can the scheme assist domestic manufacturers for scaling up capacities and product improvement and competitiveness? Thank you very much.
Oh, good afternoon, sir, and to all my fellow panelists. And it's a great opportunity, and thank you for giving the same. And as mentioned by Jalan, sir, we thank our Honorable Prime Minister and the Union government for giving, what you call a very new scope and new hope for flying next level. So as you know, domestic industry is scaling up of manufacturing, and we are ready to meet the projected demand. But we require a lot of support in terms of capex and opex. So consider, actually we would suggest that consider support of the capex in way of 35 to 45% linked to production capacity, process, product modernization, cost reduction, etc. But there should be separate criteria we should have for raw material, components, finished goods, and in consultation with the industry. Because normally if one project is done, it goes along with. But so the criteria or the background of different industries, like machinery is different, raw materials are different, finished goods are different. So we should have a separate criteria for this capex benefit in each sectors. And as part of strengthening these MSME and scaling up of production, specific plans to be made considering the inherent characteristics of MSMEs. See, most of them are either single owner driven or family driven concerns. So we have to plan the projects or the proposals based on the inherent characteristic of those MSMEs. So once you have these sector specific projects, I think faster growth is definitely is not far from us. So now these incentives, we had incentives like even the in the introductory remark, it was been the IFLDP kind of a product. But it should be like we should have a specific plan for MSMEs, because most of the criterion as fixed are not reachable or suitable for the MSMEs of, as I mentioned, and specifically for this 3M category, like material and other things. Then infrastructure support like plug and pay plugs, SDF, then. And most of the projects we would suggest that within the existing clusters, because as you know, they are not ready to go far away from their existing clusters. So anything within 35-40 kilometers of the existing cluster, we develop new parks and new facilities for MSME. That will be great for them. And more training and skilling MSME by all the training institute. Especially we know that non-leather focus we need to bring in, as even Jalan sir mentioned that currently non-leather is in focus and 90% is going in that way. So we have to have special focus, and I would suggest even using regional languages to attract the regional entrepreneurs, because we are one language cannot fit all our entrepreneurs. So we have to focus specifically on that. And as part of the scheme, I would suggest to reduce the compliance for MSMEs, basically in terms of many acts and rules. So this will enable them to focus on the production and related growth instead of initially itself focusing on all the what you call compliance requirement. So I would suggest self-certification to be implemented wherever possible to make them work freely and focus on their production. This is from my side, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Razak. Yeah, you spoke about a number of issues focusing on MSME only. So today, entire session also for MSME only. It is because we are dominant players of MSME. 98% is MSME in the sector. Yeah, you highlighted capex and opex. It should be 35 to 45%. It's a high figure. I think that will recommend to Government of India. So we'll take up the issue very seriously. And also you spoke about the existing clusters. So that is, new clusters should come up near existing cluster, or existing cluster should be strengthened with the training and skilling. It's all very good ideas and suggestions for this scheme. We'll take up this one with the government. Thank you very much, Mr. Razak ji. I go to the next panelist, eminent panelist.
I have a question to Mr. Razak.
Yes, sir, kindly hold on. Hold on. We will come for question and answer session. After panel discussion, we'll come back. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
The next panelist is Mr. Manoj Kumar Bhaiya. That he is a commerce graduate from St. Xavier's College and in MBA Finance from Bryant University. He has experience in running variety of business and companies, and also he is the president of CE Limited and the chairman of Solficio Linea Italia, India. He is interested in manufacturing of leather chemicals, shoe soles, and full shoes molds, and textile medical footwear also. He is having very diverse interest and diverse experience, and he also now is pioneering or championing for the cause of a component ecosystem to be developed in India right now. So, Mr. Manoj, so keeping that scheme in mind, how should the focus product scheme should support 3M ecosystem, that is material, molds, and machineries?
Thank you, Shalom sir, for giving me the opportunity to be on this panel. As Honorable Prime Minister sir said that it's time to take some bold steps, and as our President sir also told with those numbers which we are looking at 2047, we definitely need some bold steps. And I agree with Dr. Mohan when he says that material and component ecosystem along with mold are the backbone in this industry. So material and components are capital intensive, and we need to bring scale to maintain steady and consistent supplies. Therefore, it's important that we encourage FDI in this sector. We encourage joint ventures, technical collaboration, so that we are able to enhance both quality and quantity for the sector to meet our goal. We should look at supporting with relevant schemes for the material manufacturer, as they will have to supply to adjacent industries to survive due to scale. They cannot put up facility only for one industry, so this should be an important parameter in our scheme. We have to allow import of critical raw materials at concessional duties till domestic manufacturing scales up, so that the component people are able to provide globally competitive prices while our infrastructure for material gets ready. We have to facilitate indigenous development of high precision molds and next gen materials such as bio-based polymers, lightweight composites to reduce long-term dependency on import. Material and mold making is requires a highly specialized workforce. We must establish focused skilling program, build competencies in this field. This skill building initiative should be linked directly with the focused product scheme, ensuring workforce readiness as we scale up domestic production. This is from my side, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Manoj. Actually, some of the bold steps you highlighted that we have to go for it, even zeroing down of import duty of some of the raw materials so that till development of our domestic industry. This is really very good insights. Anyway, we'll take this one also. We'll take one of the important recommendations for our scheme. So, and also in addition to that, if you're able to highlight when compared to Vietnam or China or Germany, even Italy, so how these machinery manufacturing industry can be well developed or advanced in India?
Sir, as we all know that today machinery, 90% of the machinery is imported into the country from China, Vietnam, Germany, etc. We need to have really specialized incentive schemes to bring this machinery manufacturers here, along with localization directive norms to encourage creation of this industry. And to start with, I agree with what Dr. Mohan said, and we take a clue from the auto industry, where we can allow, a focused product based on CKT format, and then look at indigenously developing the components. We should encourage technology transfer in this space, and this is very critical for the development of our industry. Now, these industries can also support apparel and other ancillary industries which are having similar requirements of the machinery, giving them the scale required for setting up manufacturing here. I come back again to my other point that along with this, we should also look at localizations and developing indigenous design capabilities for high-tech machinery, especially in areas like automation, robotics, energy efficiencies to meet global standards and future-proof our industry. Most important, sir, we have to create dedicated skilling ecosystem to train engineers and technicians for machinery manufacturing, maintenance, and innovation, ensuring that we build not just the machine, but the people who can drive this sector. That's my thought, sir.
थैंक यू वेरी मच मनोज जी, आपने बहुत बहुत बढ़िया बताया. एक्चुअली सीकेडी की बात किया था, देन उसके बाद टेक्निकल ट्रांसफर आल्सो, and also आपने हाईलाइट किया था then two important issues support for of other industries also like apparel industry and other industry which get the common benefit out of this industry also highlighted localization. That's also very important point for development of our industry is concerned. Thank you very much, Manoj. Next, our important panelist is Mr. Abdul Wahab. Actually, this is from MD of KH Group. KH Group used to receive #1 highest export award in several years. Now, the KH Group is headed by Mr. Abdul Wahab. He is a postgraduate from business administration and he is having more than 30 years of experience in this business, and he is known for many quality product exports in leather goods, leather bags, and other items. So he is also largest manufacturer of other leather products also. Sir, keeping in view of this current scheme, sir, that is focused product scheme, and also he is also running one of the best tannery in Tamil Nadu. So, keeping in view of that, leather tannery sector is the backbone of entire value chain for leather industry, leather and leather product industry. How do you term the current status of leather tannery industry in the country and way forward to strengthen and further develop that leather tanneries in this in India, sir, to meet the global leather sector demand also?
Thank you, Mr. Selvam, for your kind introduction. And first of all, in the current union budget, two important announcements were made for the leather sector. One is the long demand of the industry, that is to remove the export duty on the export of crushed leathers. So this directly helps the micro and small tanners in our country. Apart these, the budget also announced removal of import duty on the finished leather, which is some finished wet blues. The duty removed on the wet blues, which is used for certain materials, especially for footwear and handbags, which is not available in our country. So these two announcements, plus the focus product scheme announced for the footwear and leather, is clearly sets the standards and the growth trajectory to achieve the $50 billion for the country. So I like to thank our Honorable Prime Minister as well as our Honorable Finance Minister for the scheme, which is very much helpful for our MSME 97% centered industry, that is the footwear and the leather. Coming back to the tannery sector, sir, this is the backbone of the entire supply chain of the country for the manufacture of footwear and the product industry. So, but our tannery sector, unfortunately, being are very small, traditional, making more artisanal kind of products. So what we need to go is, from keeping in view of the very high ambitious project target and goal, we need to completely modernize our tanneries, upgrade them, and as well as expand them. This requires a very high capex. And apart that, there is a big new opportunity coming from the new FDIs that have been announced by the sports footwear, which is the non-leather segment. So there are high machineries, expensive machines are available, wherein these PU and PVC kind of materials, coating can be done on fabric or on the waste. So these kind of new avenues of investment opportunity are there for our tanning sector, which they must look at both leather as well as the non-leather opportunities. So this requires a high capex, and we need to definitely be geared up, and our footwear focus product scheme must inform. And just one last thing to highlight what our director, Dr. K.J. Sriram, highlighted is the high intensive energy being consumed in our tanneries as well as the footwear. This is directly gives a very high costing challenges to our industry. Apart this costing challenge, all the brands, because of their SDG goals, Sustainable Development Goals, their commitment to their customers that we need to be reduce carbon or carbon neutral. So in that case, we need to, as a manufacturing, we need to invest in green energy. We need to, and so this is not just an option, but it's not a choice, but a necessity if we need to be a long-term player. As just to say, our company itself, in the next 5 years, we have given a commitment to all our brand that we will become green energy. So this requires a very high capex. So I would request that our focus product scheme focus on this particular aspect as well, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. You brought some of the new ideas into the scheme. Anyway, of course, after announcement by Government of India, this especially tannery sector, you want to modernize and upgrade, keeping view of the latest announcement of zero duty on crust export. Also, you need capex, high capex for this industry. Also, carbon neutrality, carbon footprinting, and investment on green energy. This is all the very important that many of the panelists are highlighting on this issue. I think our joint secretary also here. The point is well noted. Thank you, Mr. We are going to the next panelist. Is eminent panelist is Mr. Gaurav Kumar. Is Director of Competence Export from Kanpur. Is manufacturing high standard technical safety footwear and gloves. Actually, he was born and brought up in Russia, and his major export destination is to Russia. So he actually, and also another important issue is his industry is located in one industry in Kanpur, another now he shifted his production base to Bihar. So where we are also focusing that many of the investments should go to UP and Bihar. For that, he is setting an example how Bihar is more efficient in production, all those issues. So, and another area of industry is how to export more to Russia also, and especially in safety footwear. Keeping in view in his background, just the question to Mr. Gaurav Kumar, how India can become a leading player in global market for manufacturing and exporting safety footwear? What are the intervention measures needed this proposed scheme? Mr. Gaurav Kumar.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. I would like to express my gratitude to State and the ministries for inviting my views on the strategy and measures for the footwear and leather sector. India has a significant opportunity to emerge as leading player in the global market for manufacturing and exporting safety footwear. This segment requires adherence to regulatory norms in many developed nations, particularly for defense, industrial workers, and other institutions. Currently, China dominates this space. To capitalize on this opportunity, we need to focus on developing EU standard and engage in aggressive marketing. This area holds immense potential. Furthermore, we must emphasize on high quality product, innovative product, and meet international standards and maintain the supply chain. To achieve this, we should explore domestic sourcing options for raw materials to reduce costs. Government incentives, such as tax benefits and subsidies, will also help to minimize expenses. Additionally, we need to enhance productivity by leveraging modern technologies and training skilled workforce. Personally, I'm currently manufacturing 2 lakh pairs of safety shoe uppers per month. Many countries prefer to assemble these products locally, especially for government structures and armed forces. As Honorable Prime Minister said, due to unstable geopolitical situation worldwide, the whole world is looking India as the best option for manufacturing hub. Not only in leather and footwear, but also in textile, food, and many more sectors. So let us use this opportunity to grow our businesses and our country. Thank you all.
Mr. Gaurav, yeah, it's well said about the standards and technicalities involved in safety footwear. Just as curiosity, how you developed your industry in Bihar, then how you can guide us that many of our investors are there, stalwarts are here, so we can develop this industry in Bihar in a very big way.
Yes, sir. With a strong foothold in Russia and being in Kanpur, UP, we shifted our focus to our mother state, Bihar. Bihar and UP has abundant labor and they are more productive than other states of India. Bihar Textile and Leather Policy 2022 support this industry with a lot of SOPs. For example, interest subvention, that is reimbursement of interest on term loan for the working capital or machinery purchase, capital subsidy or machinery purchase, reimbursement of electricity, employment subsidy, and there are many more subsidies which are provided by Bihar government. We participated in Bihar government focus programs aimed at leather clusters, Sultanpur district, and SEZ Parbagh, Betia district. Also, they have started tripod in Bhinta, Patna. All these measures adopted by Bihar state industry attracts lots of investments from the different types of industries. UP also needs a separate footwear and leather policy as that would encourage further investment. Well, sir, regarding Russia export experience, there is need for a dynamic rupee and ruble trade, and there is also need to improve logistics and resolving DRC issues. Recognizing each other's certification standards is also very much vital. We have competencies supplied for defense and uniform services. These inputs look forward to a fruitful discussion on how together we can work towards strengthening India's leather industry and increasing its global footprint. Furthermore, I'm eager to collaborate on developing Bihar's leather industry and connecting it with global markets. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Gaurav. You say that Bihar government footwear and textile policy is the most attractive point for you, that for development of this industry. Okay, we'll take up this to our members also. Next, our important panelist, Mr. Atish Chavan. He is from Mumbai. He is a social entrepreneur. He's an Acumen Fellow, that founder of Kolhapuri, a pioneering enterprise dedicated to empowering artisans and preserving India's rich traditional crafts. That is manufacturing of Kolhapuri chappal. If you recollect our Honorable Minister's statement on several meetings, the Kolhapuri chappal is having the potential of more than $1 billion US. That is what he always says, and it should be promoted in very big way. And Mr. Atish Chavan is very passionate about heritage and sustainability issues, and especially in Kolhapuri chappal manufacturing also. So keeping in with that, Atish joined today. Atish, what kind of intervention or measures are required to develop Kolhapuri chappal sector in this country to go for export potential also, to increase its marketability in India itself? Thank you.
Hello all. Thank you for making part of this lovely discussion. Kolhapuri chappal is a 800 years craft and is a brand name in itself. Even Kolhapuri chappal is like you pointed out rightly, Kolhapuri chappal is like very close to the heart of our beloved Prime Minister Modi ji. So when you talk about, say, Kolhapuri chappal, majority of the consumers are looking for better options in ethnic and traditional footwear designs across the globe. So small intervention in Kolhapuri footwear can suit the need of Western, but keeping standardization as a key measure. So for this, we need a handholding support to participate in major of fairs across the world to showcase our Kolhapuri chappals. We also need design institutes who will support us in the design development. To announce the production capabilities, we need CFCs, which will have advanced machineries, raw material bank, R&D facilities, training facilities to scale up the production. Kolhapuri chappal is very fortunate to have a GI mark, which makes it very authentic, genuine, and unique handmade product, which has a very good marketing potential. Also, this tag can be used to prevent the duplicate products. So the vision of $1 billion USD can be easily achieved with the government support. So thank you. This is my thoughts over the question. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Atish. You put all the important points, starting from increasing the capacity, design, development, training, quality, all the parameters. The points are well taken. I will take up further for our discussion also. Thank you very much. With this, already we spent around 53 minutes, so we overshot on 8 minutes and panel discussion. So we want to keep some more time for the question answer session. So I thank all the panelists for giving wonderful inputs for this focus product scheme. It's really and highly valuable, and we'll sum up and we'll also submit in the evening session to Honorable Minister. So with this panel discussion, we can complete. Now we can go for question answer session. So there are many other participants are there. They are participating in this meeting today. So I think we start with Mr. Rafiq Ahmed. He is a pioneer, or he can join of the industry. So from the he's a Padma Shri awardee also. Sir, are you there, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm here.
Sir, you can proceed, sir.
My question
Sir, if
is.
you want to ask any specific panelist, you can name the panelist also, sir. Otherwise, you can put the question across the list. Please.
My question goes to Mr. Rajala, the chairman of the CLE. Sir, whatever plan you are now focused scheme or their focus sector scheme. First of all, I should say that under your leadership, these things are happening, including Prime Minister is talking about leather and footwear, process and everything, process sector, everything. I think it is you're bringing a good luck to the industry. We had suffered for the last 4 years. I think it will change everything from under your leadership. And I'm also thankful to the FAM, Finance Minister, for introducing certain concessions what she has done. I don't know whether I should ask you as a question or I give you as a suggestion. More probably a suggestion, maybe. First of all, the Finance Minister has done a good job in reducing the export duty on wet blue and crushed leather. It's going to help. But one thing she has missed it, which is very important, has been that import duty on finished leather has not been reduced. That is going to be a big hurdle in the future for growth. The number you are talking like 165 billion, 50 billion, and everything. If the flow should be free in the tax free, the flow should be there. I think ministry will take it up. You will take it up with the ministry. Talking about the focus product scheme, you're talking about mega park. Mega park, yes. How many mega parks have come into existence in the last 10 years or 20 years? What we were talking about must be, we have to focus on that and see how that can be done, how it can be made simple way to create a mega park. Before creating a 130, 150 acre of mega park, you should start with a smaller park within the park and start that quickly without waiting for the 3 or 4 years to finish the whole park. The first year program itself they can take in more industries inside. That way they have to plan. Secondly, my thinking is housing arrangement, like in China, where the workers are being kept inside within the compound or near the factory. That some arrangement has to be made, and that will attract rural women to come and stay in the factory. More employment can be generated. These are my suggestions. And secondly, is that all the parks should be under the labor mapping must be done. Population mapping must be done. You should not get a park which is cheaper in near far away place where there is no population, no workers can come. That has to be mapping has to be done. Population mapping has to be done. Then only it is done. And lastly, I may say I will accept with Razak. He said mini parks, MSME parks, near the clusters has to be important. You have to open up the mini park. That will be very quick results will come. And I am sure, sir, the future is very big. India all this scheme has come at the right time when the world is looking at India, and we should be ready. We missed our bus 2 times in the last 50 years, but this time we should not miss it. We should grab it, and we should lead the world as a footwear manufacturer. Thank you, sir. I'm sorry, it is not a question, it's a suggestion.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir. Chairman, sir, would you like to respond, sir? You are muted.
Sir, briefly, sir, I will just respond. What I think any suggestions coming from the elders is always welcome. Sir, as far as the finished leather duties are concerned, we are, as a council, we are on the top of it, and I'm trying very hard to get this done. However, the finished leather for the exports is allowed to be imported under IGCR scheme, and which has been whatever the reservations were, that has already been clarified on at least a couple of days back. So that's where we stand on the finished leather. As far as the DOMs are concerned, we were talking to Andhra Pradesh Government Secretary Industries on Friday, and they had made a provision where the 30% of the industrial land can be utilized for the dormitories because if you are talking about such a big scale, you are absolutely right that we should have some kind of an arrangement for the workmen to stay there, and like what happens in China. Okay, that is the same thing what happens in China. Labor mapping, I believe all the state governments are on it and they are working towards that, because to be honest with you, sir, from state of Uttar Pradesh, which was really behind after the declaration of this focus footwear policy, they have already become very active. And yesterday they had put the draft footwear policy in the public domain for the comments. So that's I'm really surprised that it has happened so fast. So that's a good thing. And I believe, sir, this focus product scheme has been envisaged by the Secretary DPIIT, JS, and his entire team. And of course, our Mr. Selvam, who has been an integral part of this policy, making in this policy. This takes care of most of these reservations which you all have. And then whatever we have discussed today, I am sure that we were going to take those into consideration also before the policy is formulated. Thank you very much for your suggestion, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for your suggestion and response, sir. I think, sir, you spoke from your heart, sir. Thank you very much, sir. So next, going to Mr. Akil Ahmed Panaruna. I think he's a graduate from business management from Loyola College, Chennai. He joined family business in 1984 and also established Florence Shoe Company Private Limited. And he is also one of the joint venture partner. He attracted one of the biggest foreign direct investment from Hong Kong. Sir, the focus product scheme policy initiatives we are discussing, sir, input for that. So regarding FDI or any other, how to go for joint venture partnership, all these issues, sir, we need your suggestions or your questions, sir. Questions can be given to any panelist or your suggestion can be taken up, sir. Thank you, sir.
Mr. Selvam, first of all, good afternoon and thank you. And I see that you are already expert in this industry, and with such great selected panelists that you have today, and I have nothing to add into this. I just wanted to sit down and observe what the discussions were about. It's a very good thing that it started. Mr. Rafiq Saab said nothing happened for last 4 years, but I just want to say that during the last 4 years, we already got 2,400 crores from the government on the IFLDP and another 1,700 crores. So already we got so much of funding for the industry, which has made a good impact on the import of machineries and investment. And these industries, Taiwanese, who have come all because of the footwear policy, which was given by the state governments like Tamil Nadu, and also the IFLDP scheme announced by the DPIIT. Therefore, whatever the scheme that you are going to be launched and announced by the Honorable Prime Minister and Honorable Finance Minister, we really warmly welcome these initiatives, and I'm sure that under your directions, you would be able to justify all different industries, especially as you know that it is not only the footwear, it's also leather goods, it's also the finished leather, it's also the you also have the leather garments, which is also suffering from export growth. So when you make any policy, it has to cover all segment of the industry, including the leather footwear, non-leather footwear, everything, so that every sector benefit from this. And this is only to you, Mr. Selvam. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Any suggestion for attracting FDI, sir?
FDI, yes. As you know that under the Make in India scheme, way back in 2014, I was also involved in that period of time. And then we have been doing a lot of exercise in promoting, and thanks to our Honorable Prime Minister, because of his initiative, his reputation, his stature in the world, we had able to generate so much of investment today. Normally, if you do it yesterday, it doesn't come tomorrow. So, it has taken years to come. Similarly, I think you must also allocate certain funds on India promotion, so that we can do the same exercise as we did in 2014, which we are seeing the result today. So to attract more investment, especially from Taiwan, Korea, Japan, and these countries. As you know that in America and Europe, there are not manufacturers left. They are all dependent on the subcontractor with the Taiwanese and Indonesians and Thailand and countries like that. So we should have a special package given to the industry as such to promote Make in India, Made in India concept. This will also additionally help in your package, which you are going to unveil very soon. I am confident that with 2,700 earlier and 1,700 after that, and now the 4,000, I don't know how many thousand crores has been allocated. I think you should ensure that my only request is that it spread not only to the footwear, it spread to all sector, MSME, everyone gets benefit out of it. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you very much, sir. Chairman, sir, would you like to add any points on this suggestion, sir?
I think, sir, well said. I think Mr. Akil has very well said, but we all need to work collectively as an industry to bring in FDI in our country with the announcement of the focus product scheme, and also Prime Minister's commitment towards leather and footwear industry, as we have seen in his address. Because he is really focused about what he wants to do something about the leather and footwear industry. So I believe that all the energy should be for everybody, and including Mr. Akil Ahmed, from wherever you can get more foreign direct investments and some anchor, if not that, then some anchor investors. And I need your help and guidance would definitely help to take this forward. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, sir. As you rightly pointed out, all sectors, in our joint case here, all sectors would be given due importance. And also India promotion, the Bharat brand promotion, that we also take up in the policy, sir. That is a true important, valuable point, sir. Next, today we joined us is Mr. Ramesh Kumar Juneja. He is our Vice Chairman, sir. He is from Kolkata region. He is also Regional Chairman. So, sir, would you like to add any points or any questions, sir, to our panelists?
Yeah, Mr. Since he whole knowledge about the domestic market, what are the key factors that we need to take care to build a huge domestic for footwear and leather goods and accessories as the domestic industry is slated to grow? I need your
sir. This is I think direct question to me, and I really like to answer that in a different way. See now with the penetration of internet and this number of smartphones in our country, there is no bifurcation between domestic and international market. So it is almost the same these days. So whatever earlier, if you can recall earlier days, if anything comes, any new fashion comes in Milan or any other part of the world, it takes years to come to our capital or the metros. And from the metros, when it reaches our countryside, it takes another couple of years. But now the situation has completely changed, and whatever is there available, the next day you are open to that kind of a new fashion, especially for the youth. So you have to be on your toes to meet their expectation. So the main what your challenge is that you find out what is their requirement, how they are thinking, what fashion they are aspiring for. So once you are ready to go for that, then your domestic market and along with that international market is definitely going to grow to multi-folds. But there are challenges within us. We have certain limitation, but currently, as the Prime Minister has announced the new proposal, I think we are all very much hopeful that we will be able to go into a next level. because you know that for you are sitting in Calcutta, I'm sitting in one end of the country. So if some exporter wants to come and see a product, or domestic person want to see what is there in that cluster, so what we would suggest is, let us have a cluster wise or product display center where everybody can come in and see what is available in those markets. So we can, and every manufacturer, be it MSME or other category, they can display their product. And we should have, because we have another some inner, and already Manoj Bhaiya already mentioned that we have to think of a 360-degree on raw material, semi-finished goods, components, and the finished product. See, it's not only one product. If you reduce the tax, there is no going to benefit. It has to be right from the raw material, components, and the finished good. It should be 360-degree. And for the export, we know that we are going to compete with countries where they are providing 13 to 15% of incentives. So we should also have that kind of incentive to compete with the international market. So once we club everything together, and most importantly, you need to create a brand, and you create a aspiration around your brand. In that case, you don't have to go back, and definitely you are going to go ahead. And again, the channels are more important. You have our traditional distribution channel and the latest new D2C, that is our e-commerce segment, wherein you need to be present for, especially for the youth. So I think we check all these points basically, and a local product at a global product at a local price. So that is going to attract our Indian customers very much. I hope I have clear from my side.
Yes,
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, given the whole DNA of your marketing strategy, everything, I hope you noted on the points.
Thank you.
Sir, I think, thank you very much, sir. Mr. Naushad is there. Yeah, Mr. Naushad is current, is known for his brand Walkthrough, and he is also currently chairman of SIFI. Sir, what is your suggestions or questions to the panel, sir?
So I'm not able to unmute.
So we can hear you, sir.
We can hear you. Coming. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thanks for this opportunity, and very happy to see that government is giving a lot of importance to footwear industry. At present, the industry is depending for design, material, and technology. There are a lot of dependency on other countries. Hope this focus initiative will help the industry to take a big leap. Sir, my question is about the allied industries. So what are the strategy for the allied industries? There are in allied industry, the bag industry is one of the major sector, and the non-leather bag means which is almost 90% of the bag industry, having huge potential for domestic as well as export potential. At present, China is dominating this market, and it is also labor intensive. And now it is facing, domestic industry is facing a bigger problem due to higher GST. Even for school bags, it is 18%. So I would like to know the strategy for the accelerated growth for non-leather bag industry in India.
Thank you, sir. It's an excellent question. You are opening another non-leather footwear to non-leather bag. It's really a very interesting field. I think as far as leather goods and bags are concerned, Mr. Wahab is an expert. I think so. Mr. Wahab, would you like to take this question?
Yes, sir. It's an interesting question, and it's also giving a two dimension to it. First of all, if we just to have a small clarification, India is traditionally a wallet manufacturing country like that. So this is a low end and a low FOB product category in the leather goods. The handbag industry, whether it's leather or non-leather, is dominated by China and Vietnam. So what we have is an excellent opportunity for the overall development of handbag, as Mr. Akhil also said, not only focusing on the footwear, but this is the focusing on other product categories. So this is a sunshine category, I would say, why we have been in this industry of handbag for a long time. And there is exponential growth, and the highest labor intensive even compared to the footwear industry. Like for 1,000 bags, if footwear is 400 workers approximate, for 1,000 footwear, 1,000 pairs, footwear is around 400, 425. Handbag can be anywhere between 600 to 750 per 1,000 handbags, and the potential is in millions. So this is not, so currently we are also doing non-leather handbags. It's not that we are doing only leather. And non-leather is predominantly very high in our segment. We do high-end monogram fabrics and PVC. So I would say that this industry, is totally, even if the footwear has some ancillary availability of soles and if not everything soles and thing, but for the handbags, everything is imported. From the buckle to the zipper to the fabrics and the PVC reinforcement. So first, I'm very much happy that the focus product scheme is going to be especially on this ancillary development. And once this comes into this thing, so they can really have an exponential growth. And coming back to your specific non-leather, it is entirely another non-leather handbag with backpacks that is really all the brands. Whatever the footwear, Nike footwear is sold, the backpacks are equally in millions. So these nylon backpacks, school bags, as well as the other luggage bags. So this is, and the computer bag, not to miss out. So there is a big opportunity, and this definitely will open a new and equally strong production base for India, as apart from footwear, to the handbag category as well.
Thank you, Mr. Indeed, it's a new open for me, for us also, because it is more labor intensive than the footwear. It's really very interesting, sir. Anyway, we have to grab the opportunity. But one thing that even the focus product scheme is both product neutral and also investment neutral. So that is what our department has conceived in mind. It is both the domestic investment or the foreign investment. It's neutral for the benefits are same for both. And also it's a product neutral. All products are given equal importance. It's not only for specific products. So next we are running short of time. So I'll ask two more questions. Most probably it may come from Mr. Purunchand Davar. Sir, would you like to give any suggestions, sir? Or questions?
Sir, I will just like to add, we have totally, our focus was on the strategy and the potential of the industry. What people like to know, what is actually in the draft of the focus scheme, so that people can comment. At least we should have a little bit idea what is the draft focus scheme, and people were definitely interested to know that and then comment on that.
Sir, suggestion, sir. What do you want from the government, sir, your side?
Actually, let's we know what they proposed, and then we comment on that. There is I think all good or something to be shifted to somewhere else.
Tawar Sahab, all your suggestions will be incorporated in the draft, and whatever has been discussed today, most of the things will be in the policy. I think the JS sir is there. He is listening to everything. So I believe, and
let's know the basics. What's there, what's included. What we have given some suggestions. What is there? If something is not there, we can discuss it.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
We can have a separate session after that, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you,
sir. Because this was focused on the budget suggestions, and this is also the relevance to talk on this.
We'll discuss this separately, sir, as suggested by FPD. Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay.
And one more, we can take one or two questions, sir. Sir, Mr. Naresh Darjan is there. He was earlier our regional chairman from Mumbai Western region. He is also known for green source and other green initiatives also. Sir, would you like to ask any questions, sir, to the panelists, or any suggestions, sir, for this scheme?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon to my panelists. Very knowledgeable seminar, great minds, great panelists, and great opportunities for India. My question is to Dr. N. Mohan on a topic which he loves most and he has expertise on. So how do we encourage FDIs and joint ventures in our sector? And can you please elaborate your views or suggestions on this topic?
Thank you, Mr. Pradeep. One is, whenever, you try to kind of look at an FDI, especially with respect to our industry, footwear or accessories altogether, marketing has to be done at both the ends. One is you market at the brand ends, which the brand which dictates contract manufacturers to go to a country. So we need to market at the market end, and also we need to market at the contract manufacturers end. From my experience, I would say, like, if you go with a proper kind of a package, say that these are the benefits, and emphasize on your local knowledge. Project Ban Bharat, a lot of the investments have not been coming, like this Rafi pointed out. Even I was part of 2014 Make in India, and where the entire cabinet without a bar break listened to us for about 4.5 hours. So if you look at it, the efforts which have been taken is fructifying now. One is Project Aggressively Brand Bharat, like the Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister said in speech, bringing a new confidence. We are a different thing. Emphasize on ease of business, ease of doing business. Quote some examples. Like I was involved in a factory which, from the creative conceptualization of the project, within 14 months, we've been able to take the product out. Look at the speed and look at the ease of, quote such examples of the ease of business in India. It's a different India. These are the things which brings the confidence to especially the manufacturers in Taiwan. And why I'm talking about Japan and Korea is because of late it's the athleisure which is ruling the world, the fashion athletics, you can call that category footwear, I'm saying. And like my colleague Mr. Wahab pointed out, the non-leather bags, that is also a big, big opportunity. Many of them are willing to come to India. But we need to kind of put in an impression that we are completely different. This is a different India with a new confidence, new measures. And the first step the government of India has done is to bring in a policy, a focused product scheme. That's a right step in the right direction. So that will kind of help us to encourage more FDIs to come into this country. And this, we need to kind of emphasize our local knowledge here to create a confidence, like here to protect you. Your investments are safe. That's a kind of message which we need to do consistently and constantly. And the third point which I would like to summarize is market at both the ends. Market at the marketplace where the brands are located in America or Europe, and market at the contract manufacturer side, be it Korea or even Taiwan or even Japan. That's what I would like to say. And we have a phenomenal opportunity. And especially from again, my favorite topic is the component industry and the materials ecosystem. If that is there, nothing can prevent us from achieving this vision of $50 billion US by 2030. Thank you very much, Mr. Tosh.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Dr. Morgan. And is there any other member who would like to ask only one question? We are running, already over putting the time, 6 minutes over. Yeah. Otherwise, I can sum up and conclude the session. Thank you very much. Anyway, it is now it is 1:21, so we have to complete by 1:15. So thank you very much for all the panelists. Before concluding, I want to just sum up what we got the inputs for this focus product scheme. Of course, all the points are very, very valid points. It's well taken. It has given a comprehensive idea how the policy should come out. And also we will be making the same, whatever we discussed, whatever we got the inputs from your side. We'll be making the presentation to Honorable Minister at 3:30 p.m. 3:30 p.m. today. There would be an address by Honorable Finance Minister, Honorable MSME Minister, and Honorable Commerce and Industry, Minister of State for Commerce and Industry also. So I would like to, I request all the panelists and the active participants, other members also kindly join that meeting also. To sum up this one, what I understanding also, and also we will get the feedback. If you want to add points, we'll take up later on also tomorrow. So the capex and opex incentive to establish any greenfield or brownfield investment, that is very, very necessary for establishment of this industry. So that should be very important, and also that should be more for the component ecosystem to develop. So the opex or capex incentive should be higher for the component or material ecosystem should be developed. And also park development, there are different views from Babuji and others also, whether it's a footwear park, a new green park or a brownfield park, that should be considered. And also existing cluster should be strengthened. What Mr. Manoj spoke about that one. Also, that will be, and Razak also spoke about that one. Razak spoke about MSME sector, importance for MSME sector. Yeah, we already we are talking about MSME sector only. It is a major benefit will go to MSME sector only. And many highlighted skilling, training, all these issues. Yes, it is part of the proposal. At least we need to skill or train minimum 4 to 5 lakh people on different categories that we need to do it. And there was an emphasis for Bharat brand promotion, both within India and also outside India. That is what Mr. Akhil also said, that we have to promote to attract more FDI in Bharat brand promotion. And marketing, there are two issues. Marketing, there are two. One is a new product. That is one important item came out of this meeting is non-leather bags. That is very important item. That new product we should venture out. And also new market, that is Russia and the other places, new market also we should enhance our activities. And also we should go for the innovation, certification, green energy. This is almost all the panelists spoke about that one. And Dr. Sriram also highlighted some other 3 zeros. That is very new idea. That should be, I think, should be a part of policy also. We'll take up that one. So these are some other points. If some other points I missed out, I will recapture it and put forward in front of Honorable Minister. And if you like to add some more points also, kindly text me in the WhatsApp. Otherwise, you write to say edcl@clindia.com. We'll take up. So with this, I would like to conclude this session. Before concluding this session, I want to make it as a commitment from our industry side, from footwear and leather industry side. At least we'll commit. No person on Bharat or Earth should walk barefoot. At least in future, you keep it. That should be our aim of our industry. At least no person on the earth or Bharat should walk barefoot. That is without footwear he should walk. That should be our objective of whether policymaker or industrialist or academician, anybody. So we should move towards that direction. So with this, we got a huge support from Honorable Prime Minister of India, and also we got a huge support from all of the Finance Minister, Honorable CIM and MSME Minister, and also all the departments to bring this industry, to give a new transformation, to bring a major transformation in this industry. And on behalf of our industry, footwear and leather industry, we are really committed for this development. Our giant set is sitting here. So we are sure this industry will flourish, and this is a very sunrise industry for the sector is concerned. With this, I conclude today panel discussion. I thank you very much, everybody, to participate in this meeting. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
This meeting is no longer being recorded.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. 3 o'clock again.